Let me ask you about a post on Twitter I just saw from Andy Ruiz, suggesting that you were lying about the $5 million offer to him. I know you would have seen that.
Andy Ruiz is talking rubbish. Eddie's just sent me the email anyway. He just sent it to me, but obviously I cracked my phone on my media, the screen of my media phone, which I'm going to fix tomorrow. So Eddie sent me an email, so I'll take a copy of it and I'll post it, and then you will see. You know, I don't just talk rubbish. I talk facts. So tomorrow, hopefully my phone gets fixed tomorrow, and then I'll post it and I'll just link tomorrow.
Those were the words of Dillian, the body snatcher Whyte, with Kugan Cassius of IFL TV, and this is in reference to the whole back and forth that had been happening between Dillian Whyte and Andy Ruiz Jr. James Bell, the Boxing Source, here with another video, and we want to go through what Dillian Whyte said in this particular portion of that interview on IFL TV. Like I said, there's been a lot going back and forth between Andy Ruiz Jr. and Dillian Whyte. There, had been some possibility that Andy Ruiz Jr. and Dillian Whyte would fight each other this year. They were both on the December 7th card over in Saudi Arabia. And you had Dillian Whyte winning his particular fight where he defeated Marius Watt. And Andy Ruiz Jr., of course, lost to Anthony Joshua in the rematch for the WBO, WBA, IBF, and IBO heavyweight championships. So there was like some talk about, what would Andy Ruiz's next fight would be. And the possible opponent was Dillian Whyte. And, there had been, talk about that fight potentially coming to fruition. But it seemed like, that didn't necessarily become the case. And so because of that, there has been a lot of talk between both Dillian Whyte and Andy Ruiz Jr. as to why that fight didn't happen. There was at one point before this particular interview where, Dillian Whyte said with Eddie Hearn and Sky Sports' Adam Smith that, that they offered him $5 million to fight in America, in his hometown. And then he said, this is Dillian Whyte, he said, he's turning down that kind of money to fight me, and all these other guys say I'm garbage. And because of that comment, Andy Ruiz felt compelled to respond to that. And he said on Twitter, "Yo, Dillian, stop clout chasing. You never offered $5 million. Then Dillian Whyte responded to that. He said, "Fat boy, Andy Ruiz Jr., stop talking rubbish." And he didn't say rubbish on there. He said, "Stop talking rubbish. Facts are facts. Stop. Come on. All belly. Hashtag all belly, no heart." And you see that Dillian Whyte said there with Kugan Cassius that he was going to provide the documentations there. But in this article that's on Boxing Scene, it shows in reference to that, it says that Hearn offered $4 million. And then he said that, like, you should go back and say, sorry, I checked with Eddie. We offered you $4 million. Do we have a deal at $5 million and I will get it done? So it seemed like, at that particular point that there hadn't necessarily been, something like that where he actually offered $5 million. So, and this is on Dillian Whyte's Twitter page. He said that there, Eddie Hearn offered Ruiz $4 million. And so Eddie Hearn says to Dillian Whyte that he should go back to Andy Ruiz and say, sorry, I checked with Eddie and we offered you $4 million. Do we have a deal at $5 million and I will get it done? Now, after that, not necessarily sure what has, basically, happened, as, this is, something to the point where there's no follow-up as to if that $5 million offer was sent out. But there's also been rumors that have been circulating since January that Andy Ruiz Jr. wasn't really intending to fight Dillian Whyte anyway, that there was a plan in place for Andy Ruiz Jr. to fight Chris Arreola. Chris Arreola, who had his fight with Adam Kalnacki last summer. That was action-packed and, had a whole bunch of punches and bunches over the course of 12 rounds. But Chris Arreola came on the short end, but with the overall praise for that particular fight, it created enough demand for Chris Arreola to have one more fight. And so they're trying to set up that fight between Chris Arreola and Andy Ruiz Jr. That may be what we ended up seeing. But in reference to Andy Ruiz and Dillian Whyte, well, that didn't necessarily come to fruition. And that is why you have, as of now, Dillian Whyte versus Alexander Povetkin for the interim WBC Heavyweight Championship. That's why I got in reference to this particular topic. You can subscribe to the Boxing Source here on YouTube or catch the Boxing Source radio show live Sunday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Blog Talk Radio, or catch the podcast on Anchor.fm, Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts, or whatever your favorite podcast app is. On that note, folks, I'm out. Peace.